Outdoor Sportsman Group. We are in downtown Indy. This town's made for speed. Speaking of speed, how about Aerospeed? We're in the booth of one of the all-time iconic aero-making leaders in the industry, Easton. And if you've shot a bow for any length of time, you know Easton and Gary Cornam, Marketing Director for Easton. You have an easy job. I mean, it's one thing to market a company that nobody's heard about. You guys kind of set the standard for this industry for a long, long time.
I have a dream job, that's for sure.
You do?
Yeah.
And you got some dream products this year. You know, the FMJ, if you've shot bows, you're a bow hunter, you've heard the name Full Metal Jacket. The FMJ's from Easton. I don't know when you can start using the word iconic. I don't know how long you have to go before that word becomes legal. Writers, you know, like myself, like to throw that out there a lot. Epic, iconic. I think that fits the FMJ. It's your flagship model.
It really is. It's the flagship hunting arrow in the industry. And you know, Easton, we engineer arrows for all types of archery. We have the Olympics, we have really everything from a little kid all the way up to the Olympic podium. What that allows us to do is take some of those technologies that we develop for things like the Olympians, dual composition arrows, aluminum carbon, like this FMJ, and bring it over to the hunting market and get a lot of those benefits for the hunter. The FMJs, as you mentioned, has been huge for us. That's a category that continues to grow. Why? Well, the small diameter gives hunters great penetration. Dual composition makes them super accurate. These things hit hard, and ever since we came out with this one, it's been my arrow of choice, really. We've been running these limited editions over the last few years. We've had the Autumn Orange, we had the Camel Hunter last year. This one's brand new here at ATA, and it has this kind of shotgun engraved look on it. We did the diamond plate in the gold color, and it really harkens back to the history of Easton being a company that we founded in 1922, so almost 100 years.
Almost.
And we have this classic look on really our most modern high-tech arrow, the FMJ. So I'm super, super excited to get out and shoot this one.
So that leads to a question I didn't anticipate asking. 2022 is just around the corner in a couple of years. Can you give us a sneak peek? Easton have anything big and special coming out?
We got big plans for our 100 years. We're just so excited that we've made that milestone, and we're still family owned, and we're still made in USA after all those years.
Well, we'll check in a couple of years and find out what's going on at Easton in year 100. What's going on in year 98 is the FMJ limited edition, but you've also got this one, the Matrix. And I don't know if our video camera is going to be able to show the viewers out there. This is really incredible looking. What am I looking at right here? This just weaving in. This is the most unique looking arrow I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought it up, because we make our carbon in our Utah factory, and we have a process that's really unique to Easton. One thing about the Easton family and the Easton company over the years is we've really prided ourselves on innovation. And we developed a carbon process. Carbon has some problems. It's not as accurate as some of the arrows that we used to make back in the day, the aluminum arrows. It's not as consistent. The material is just not as consistent. And so the Easton family and our engineers, they really drive that innovation. And what we have is a carbon process that's unique to us, that's continuously wound. The problems with some of the carbon is there's a seam. You have to take a flat piece of carbon, you roll it, and that seam creates inconsistencies, and that translates to accuracy problems. The Easton process, unique to our factory, is a continuous wind, and they all come off the same machine. So what we did is we took some of that carbon, we put some of the filaments on the outside, so the consumers can really now see that process that gives them the highest level of accuracy. You don't have that seam, you have consistent spine, you have consistent weight from every arrow, from number one off the machine to number 50,000. They're all coming off that same machine, and they're all super consistent. What does that mean for me? It means that I get the most accurate arrow possible, and again, it's made in USA.
Accuracy is what Easton arrows are known for. They also help archers like myself that are a little challenged sometimes. They're forgiving, great speed, great accuracy, great durability.
Yeah, you just want to get out there and hunt, right?
You know, I'm not the Olympic guy,
Yeah.
not the Olympic guy, but I do like to make a good shot every once in a while, and Easton has been in my quiver for a long, long time. They ought to be in your quiver. They're one of the iconic, I can say that about Easton as the arrow making company from Utah. Iconic, one of the best in the business, maybe the best of all time. They got 2 brand new products this year, the Matrix and this new limited edition full metal jacket. Where can people go to learn more about your products?
Go to eastonarchery.com or get into your pro shop now. We're shipping them right now.
Shipping them right now. Go to the website, and when you get out on the range or you're shooting at that buck or bull of a lifetime, have Easton in your quiver. Straight shooting, everybody.